Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you. Today we are checking out Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Now, we already know a decent amount about Ever Crisis, but we only saw the initial reveal of it, like, whenever last year, I think. I don't remember what it was. I was really excited about Ever Crisis because when they showed off Ever Crisis, the end screen of it had the logos of everything that was going to be in Ever Crisis. And before that event, I was like, man, you know what I really want? I want a way to play before Crisis. And then one of the logos was Final Fantasy VII Before Crisis, and I lost my shit. It is probably the biggest reaction I have ever had doing these reactions was to Ever Crisis specifically because of what it is and what it's going to contain. Now, it's a mobile title at its core, which means that there could be concerns about monetization. Some people think that it's going to be along the lines of how they did the Final Fantasy 15 mobile, where it's a flat cost that you buy each episode of. I don't know, but I know that I'm excited about it all the same because it does include a complete telling of the original compilation of Final Fantasy VII. And then even more because they had the remake on there as well. So they're just going to put everything into this cute little like chibi/HD mobile title called Ever Crisis. So I'm stoked. And I want it now, but we'll actually look to see what we get out of this trailer. So let's go. Another possibility for a remake. Hey, look, Crisis Core. OG FF7. More Crisis Core. More OG FF7. More Crisis Core. More OG FF7. The beginning of both games, too. Oh, that looks good. Looks real good. Man. Is it actually that grainy, or am I just not actually getting all of the pixels? Looks a bit better. I just want to look at the UI for a little bit. Hi, Shiva. I spotted some of the monetization. You mean the wedding dress? Yes, Eve. I mean the fucking wedding dress. This looks so good, though. I'm so glad. Like, obviously, they're going with a more simpler aesthetic for the art style of, like, moving through the overworld. The combat looks insane. It is interesting. Well, okay, we don't know how long this total project's going to take, right? Because I do believe the announcement has that this is closed beta test in 2022 for iOS and Android. Okay. I need to get a better phone. So it is interesting to me. I don't know how long this project as a total is going to take. So is there a huge meaning between the flash cuts with long and short hair Sephiroth? I honestly have no... Wait. Hold on. Let me go back and look. Is it actually Sephiroth is the question? It is. Okay. Okay. So, from my perspective, I have no idea. And here's the reason that I say that, okay? Sephiroth basically doesn't show up in Before Crisis. Before Crisis almost has none of the main cast in it, because it happens a while before a lot of even Crisis Core happens. And so Before Crisis, Sephiroth already has long hair, main game long hair, Advent Children long hair, Dirge of Cerberus long hair, Remake long hair. We saw him in Rebirth, at least in a flashback form, long hair. So there doesn't seem to be any reason for Sephiroth to have short hair. Now, because even when they talk about him in the past, the first thing that made Sephiroth like a genuine worldwide known hero was him basically pioneering the conquer of Wutai, of the Wutai War between Midgar/Shinra and Wutai. But he already had long hair then too. And I don't recall him showing up in Before Crisis, so I don't know why he would have short hair there. Now, one of the things that I will point out, though, is that in the original announcement, let me pull up the original announcement real quick so that I can look at that screen. 2 days, 1 year ago, teaser trailer. So in the original announcement, where is that screen? Here we go. They have on this screen Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, which was the Final Fantasy VII movie that came out in 2006, 2007, 2008, one of those years. And one of the characters that exists within Final Fantasy VII Advent Children is Kadaj. Oh, I spelled his name wrong. That's fine. So this is Kadaj, if you haven't seen the movie. Can I get a higher resolution picture of him? This will work. This is decent enough. So this is Kadaj. And basically, the concept between Final Fantasy VII Advent Children is that Jenova has... You can't ever truly get rid of Jenova, which is the true protagonist of the Final Fantasy VII series. And her influence on the planet caused these three individuals to spawn, which this is Kadaj. There's two other brothers, Laz and Yazul. But Kadaj looks the most like Sephiroth, has short hair, and in the movie ends up essentially becoming Sephiroth. He takes enough Jenova cells inside of him to give Sephiroth new life in himself. And while he does not have the correct outfit, I mean, this is just this one will work a little bit better. He doesn't have the shoulder pads or anything of Sephiroth, like the big white, yellow, the big silver-ish white armored ones like we see here. It could be that an allusion to that here. I think this is supposed to be Sephiroth and not Kadaj, but I literally have no idea what this could mean, genuinely. Because in all of the instances of Sephiroth that we've seen, he has long hair. So the short hair, and also the genuinely younger form, right? Because you see, this is adult Sephiroth, big, wide, broad shoulders. Short hair Sephiroth, his shoulders are down, lower. He's skinnier, he's thinner. So I don't know what this could mean. It could be something about Kadaj. It could be something completely else. So, but he's femmy and I like him. Is he single? Yes. Although he's very obsessed with his mother, just as a warning to you. Speaking about Kadaj. Have a good day, El Canadiano. Take it easy. Thank you for popping in and chatting. And no angel wing, or does the angel wing signify something else? So Sephiroth's black wing isn't always there. It's interesting because if you're more acquainted with like Kingdom Hearts, it puts a really weird dichotomy against the original trilogy, because in the original game, Sephiroth never has that wing, right? The big one black wing. The closest you ever get to Sephiroth having the one black wing, well, having wings at all. Actually, I didn't need to. Oh, I guess it is a black wing, but in the very end, of the entire game, one of the 3 bosses of the very end of the original Final Fantasy VII is this character, is Safer Sephiroth is what it's called. And he does have, you can call it a wing, but it's more like a mutated arm wing. And so, but that's really the closest you get to the one-winged angel. I mean, and his song, the song One-Winged Angel, does play during this fight. But in terms of what you've seen of Sephiroth wing, in terms of what you've seen, like this appearance is from Crisis Core. That was not in the original game. It's from Crisis Core, and then it showed up again in Advent Children. And then it's just become more and more and more of what he's associated with. But this is not his appearance, really. I mean, obviously, like if you took the wing away, this is what Sephiroth looks like, of course. But the wing is new. I say new. It's not new, but it's not part of the original core design. And I'm trying to think if he ever even fucking gets it in Remake. My brain doesn't immediately generate an image of him with the wing in Remake Part 1. So I don't know. He could, and I just have forgotten since I haven't played it in like 2 years, and I blitzed through it really fast because I was like, oh, give it to me. But yeah, this wing is not part of his core design. Final phase of the final fight, he has it. All right, thanks, Nuslek. I didn't remember clearly. So, yeah, it's definitely not part of his original design, although it has become such a core part of his design anywhere he shows up besides the core game. So, yeah. I don't know what this means at all. I literally have no idea what younger, short-haired, not as broad-shouldered Sephiroth means. So, I would like to know, though. And I don't know how I sign up for the fucking closed beta for this, but God, I want to play this so damn bad. Let's take a closer look at those cosmetics real quick also. Because the first one is right here, right? Can I get some more pixels? Can you reload this frame? I would love if there's a way to tell YouTube to reload a frame. Because we got Cloud. It's like almost his core costume, but it's definitely a samurai-style costume. Like, he's got some samurai blades here. His normal metal pauldron is now like a leather pauldron that's layered. And if we can get a view of it, he's got the big samurai pants going on, right? I think it may just be another person. It could be. It also could be like a weird flashback of some sort. Like, one of the things that I could see is that they re-image Kadaj to look even more like Sephiroth, and if this is like a trailer if this is like a cutscene from the Advent Children portion of the game, it could be that this is like Cloud seeing Kadaj, and he's putting the two together. That's why it's flash cutting between the two of them. That's just literally the most wild of guesses, though. Nothing supports that at all. Okay, and then we saw Tifa here, and Tifa has like some honking ass goddamn her shin guards. But she's also got a blue sweater on. Can we get there we go. She's got like a blue sweater and like a harness of sorts. She's got another big old pad right here. And then Aerith, of course, was by far the most obvious because she is in... Hang on. Let me close some of these fucking tabs. I got too many tabs open. Celeste Share opera dress. Not quite. No, it isn't. Okay. It's close. It's very similar, but it is not the opera dress from Final Fantasy VI. I thought it might have been, but it isn't. Okay. And she's got like a crown. Oh, okay. Hang on. Next question. Hold on. Let's go on a journey. What's the character? What's the crap? Final Fantasy Dissidia NT in PCs. What is your name? I can't remember the name of the good goddess. Is it just called the goddess? Summons. I don't want summons. Your name is... What is your name? Is your name Materia? Oh, your name is Materia. Definitely a different dress again. Okay. I was trying to look at the goddess dresses that existed in the game. What about the Final Fantasy VII Remake dress in the cross-dress event? No, it's definitely not that. It's none of the dresses from Remake for absolute certain. But it's pretty. She's got a very unique staff. This looks very goddess-y. I wonder if this is like a Final Fantasy I design of some sort. This staff feels very Final Fantasy I Warrior of Light themed with the blues and the gold and stuff. That clipping though. What clipping? Oh, in her hair? Her hair going through her shoulder? Yeah, I mean, you know. Let's take another look at the UI, too. Because I think it was when... It was when someone was fighting. Was it you, Tifa? Or was it when Aerith was fighting? I don't see it now. So we have... This is when Aerith is fighting. Diamond Dust, Wall Protect, Metal, Spikes... Something Veil, Area Blizzaga, Fira Blow, Diamond Dust. Let's go back another step. So here's an interesting thing. So they're lit up here. They're not here. They have an ability swap here. I'm guessing this is a limit bar. Where's Aerith at? Where she has Diamond Dust ready? That's definitely a limit bar. Bar below is a limit bar. Aerith's limit break is Diamond Dust. Or a summon bar or something like that. There is an auto attack button, which is interesting. We have an auto attack button over here. So you can just... So they're going along the lines of kind of like Final Fantasy VII Remake's combat, which I'm curious what that'll look like in terms of it actually being played. Because you got a lot of action going on in here, right? A lot of things are moving around, but it does mean that you are able to just attack, which is... Of course, it's got a bar that fills up on it, too. And you got the ability, like, these people are glowing right now. And I wonder if that means, that probably means that their ATB bars are ready. And you need to swap to that character and give them commands. Because you might be able to set them to auto. Okay, we can see how many bars it takes. So, like, the metal spike takes 3 bars of ATB. Everything costs 2. And then if we go to somebody else. So here's Zach. Guard Break 2, Rapid Slash 3, Thundara Smash 2, Blizzara 2, Cura 2. Zach's alone here. And then here we have Cloud. I think he's fighting the Guard Scorpion, or here he's fighting Reno. Interesting. Braver is just one of his ATB abilities. Armor Break, Raikiri, Fira Blow, Ruinra. Okay. AFK mobile game stack on the cutscenes? I don't think it is. I think it's an active game. You have an attack. I realize that the YouTube shit's in the way right here, but you have an attack button. And I don't, like, there is an auto up here, so you could auto some battles. I'm not sure how well it would work. You got a lot of HP right now for fighting Reno on the tower, but that could just be for example purposes. So here's my concern, okay? Here is my concern. I am not concerned initially about this, okay? I am not concerned about the samurai clothes, the blue sweater kickboxer, or the wedding dress Aerith. Not worried about this. Here is what I am concerned about, okay? Is that I have played every single Final Fantasy mobile game. I have played all of them. Not necessarily proud of that, but I have. I've played First Soldier. I've played Brave Exvius. I've played all the Bravest. I'm sorry. I've played Record Keeper. I've played Opera Omnia. I've played Mobius. I don't know if I already said that or not. I've played them all, as far as I'm aware, anyway. And there's another one that I'm thinking of, but it doesn't matter right now. But anyway, I've played them all. And some are original stories, some are news stories, okay? But my concern with this is that progress in the stories will feel barred by gear drops. So Final Fantasy 15 played like a relatively normal game, but the game itself was cut up into bits. And so like Final Fantasy 15 I think was sold in 5 episodes essentially, and you had to pay like $5 for each episode. I don't remember the exact amount. But other than that, there wasn't really anything that kept you from playing the game, progressing, grinding stronger. My concern is that this wedding dress isn't just a cosmetic. I am concerned that the gear is on like a gacha style system that you will need in order to have the stats to progress. I don't want them to do that. If they want to sell me each episode, if they want to cut up the original Final Fantasy VII into 4 pieces and sell me each piece for $5, cut Crisis Core into 3 pieces and sell me each piece for $5, cut Before Crisis into 2 pieces and sell me each piece for $5, cut Dirge of Cerberus into 3 pieces for $5 each, Advent Children 3 pieces for $5 each, whatever, that's fine. But I don't want to be beholden to a loot box RNG style system to have the power to progress through a story on the idea that the stories wouldn't cost money and instead you're limited by your own ability to progress. That's my only concern. Otherwise, I don't have any concerns. This looks great. I am curious. I will say I need to look for one more thing in here, okay? Which is non-boss battle fights. Is there fights against something normal? So we have Shinra and Dark Nation or Dark Star, depending on where you're. We have Reno here. What are you fighting, Zach? You are fighting the 2 Gigas bosses. That's the Motor Ball. Shiva is... I couldn't see what that was. That's Apps. Shit. That looks like that is all... Nope, that's a Wutai soldier. Wutai soldier. I can't see what this enemy in the middle is. But it looks big and special. Vajradhara Wutai. Okay, that might be a normal enemy. All level 15 and loot. I mean that could still be for just like cinematic purposes. Put big numbers on the screen, right? Okay, so here's another interesting thing that I'll point out about this, and then we'll wrap it up, which is there are no normal enemies initially that I can see. There's the 2 Wutai soldiers, but they're next to the Wuja Raja, which I don't know what that is, admittedly, but it looked like it could be a boss style enemy. So one of the things is that there might not be normal battles, okay? We only saw boss tier battles. We saw Rufus, we saw Reno, we saw the Motor Ball. I do believe we saw the Guard Scorpion in there. We saw bosses. We saw Apps. And if that's the case, there might not be very many normal battles, which kind of makes sense because there's already a lot going into this, and to add a whole bunch of those high tier models for just you to fight trash would take up a lot of space, and mobile games are having a problem of that. They already take up an absurd amount of space. Genshin Impact. And so with that in mind, it makes me curious what the actual structure system will be, because the interesting thing is we see you moving around zones here, right? We see you moving around the reactor, the church. We saw Zack moving around Midgar upper streets. This is Shinra HQ. We see them in environments, but we don't see them fighting anything smaller. This is the Nibelheim flashback. More of the Nibelheim flashback. Nibelheim looks really good. This is part of Crisis Core. I don't want to talk too much about it. This is the Nibelheim mansion. And so we see them moving through known areas within the world, but we didn't see normal enemies. I feel like there may be minions to level up characters. It makes sense with the auto button. That's a good point, Cerulean. That's a really good point. Like, if you only had boss battles that are in need of attention, an auto button might not be very important unless the game is grindy. But if the game isn't grindy, why the fuck would you need an auto button? So yeah, you're probably right. But it was just an observation that I noticed, that there was very few. We didn't see Cloud attacking basic Ash Shinra soldiers, right? Now, mind you, it's an announcement. It's a celebration trailer. I guess they technically already announced it. And so bigger, flashier things, recognizable characters and enemies, big numbers and stuff is probably just part of them wanting to push the hype for this. But I'm still excited as crap. I just want all of it right now. But what did you think? Where are you sitting on Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis? Please leave your thoughts down in the comments below, because there's so much going on here. I feel like we were able to break down a lot of how the game is going to function, as well as a lot of possibilities in a limited space of what this game is going to be when it comes out. I hope that we see some sort of announcement of how we can sign up for the beta, because I would love to try this game out, even if it's in a closed and limited space. I will almost assuredly absolutely play all the way through this without any question. If you want to keep the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we actually have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream 4 days a week: Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. But we actually have more Final Fantasy stuff to go check out, so if you go check out that video on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.